George! George, are you in there? Wake up, George!
Who is it? Benjamin, what's wrong? It's nearly midnight.
George, do you hear anything?
Hear anything? No, nothing.
That's the point. The engines have stopped.
Stopped. By God, I think you're right.
Wake up! Wake up!
Mr. Etches, why have we stopped?
I couldn't say, Mr. Guggenheim, but I don't suppose it's anything much.
Mr. Etches, is something wrong?
I don't think so, madame. Just following orders. Wake up! Wake up!
We grazed it below the waterline on the starboard side.
How bad is it then?
I don't know yet. All stations, this is the bridge. Damage report. Exact time of contact was 11:40 p.m. One of us should enter it in the log.
Well, if we only grazed it, it can't be that bad.
Then we've nothing to worry about, have we?
Report, Mr. Murdoch.
We've struck an iceberg, sir. Starboard side. We don't know yet the extent of the damage, but I've taken the liberty of rousing the passengers.
I want them on deck and wearing life preservers. At the very least, they could use a drill. We've never had one, have we?
Passengers, proceed at once to the salon. Please bring your life preservers and await further instructions.
George, you should see all the ice on deck. There must be a ton of it.
Be a sport, John, and fetch a piece off for my drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The captain would be most grateful if you would all accompany me to the Grand Salon. And please dress warmly.
They're taking water in boiler rooms 4, 5, and 6, sir. In 6, the water's already up to their knees.
Close the watertight doors and see that the pumps are activated. Then rouse the carpenter and have him sound the ship.
It's all done, sir.
Our position, Mr. Murdoch. Mr. Murdoch, our position!
Latitude 40 degrees 44 minutes north, longitude 50 degrees 24 minutes west, sir.
Inform the radio room. For God's sake! Mr. Murdoch! Let go of the helm. We're dead in the water.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Second class passengers, proceed to the first class salon. Please bring your life preservers and await further instructions.
Steward, why is the ship stopped?
I understand an iceberg has scratched some of her new paint, and the captain doesn't want to go on till she's fixed up, good as new.
I think I'll stay in my cabin and finish my book.
I'm afraid you'll have to go to the first class Grand Salon right away, madame. The captain's orders.
Oh, come on, Alice. Here's your chance to mingle with the swells.
Please, you must get your life preservers. There's no time to lose.
Edgar, I can't go up there looking like this. I have to fix my face first.
The boat will be fixed before then, Alice.
Why have we stopped? I want an immediate explanation.
We've struck an iceberg, Mr. Dismay.
That was pretty damn careless, wasn't it?
We're trying to assess the damage, sir.
Damage? What damage?
We're taking on water in the boiler rooms. We've closed the emergency doors, and I'm quite certain that everything is under control.
In that case, I trust you'll have us underway as soon as possible.
Mr. Andrews is making a complete inspection, and if you'll just be patient, sir, you'll have his report the moment it's available.
In the meantime, Captain, I see no need to alarm the passengers.
Third class passengers, for and abaft to the well deck. Please find your life preservers and await further instructions.
What is it? What's going on? There's this terrible scraping noise, and then we just stopped. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, I'm going upstairs and have a look.
You'll stay down here like you are told. Go on.
Yes, Mr. Andrews.
There's a series of small gases just below the waterline, stretching 300 feet along her starboard side. There's water in the forepeak and the 1, 2, and 3 holds, in the mailroom and 3 of the boiler rooms. In all, 6 of her 16 compartments have been breached.
But that's all right. You assured us those compartments were watertight.
She was designed to stay afloat with any 3 flooded, perhaps even 4, but certainly not 6.
Andrews, what are you saying?
Titanic is sinking, Mr. Ismay.
Nonsense. Nonsense. God himself could not sink this ship.
How long has she got, Mr. Andrews?
An hour and a half, Captain. 2 at the most.
disorienting being here. Recently awakened from a dream. How the lights burn every crystal bright as a star. Dressed in your pajamas in the Grand Salon. Looks to be bizarre in the extreme. Things will improve if the steward opens the bar. Oh, it's a memory I'll want to keep. Now I would like to go back to sleep. Dressed in your pajamas in the Grand Salon, wondering if things are what they seem. Can you be sure, do you ever know where you are?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The captain would appreciate it if you were all actually wearing your life preservers.
Mr. Etches, over here,
I'll
Mr.
be
Etches.
right with you, Mr. Astor.
Please, Mr. Etches, what the devil is going on?
Tell me straight, man. Are we in any danger?
Danger, Mr. Guggenheim. On this ship. Mr. Astor, please, your life belt. Mr. Guggenheim, please put it on now. Captain's orders. Ladies and gentlemen, wear your life belts. Mrs. Widener, if you would, ma'am. Mr. Thayer, we must insist now. It's a mere formality. There is no cause for concern. We'll be on our way. A minor delay now. A simple precaution. A moment of rest. We'll be on our way. We're hardly need say now. In a moment or two, she'll be right again, traveling west.
See here, Mr. Etches. I demand to know exactly what's happening.
Well, the latest word, sir, is that she seems to have damaged one of her wing propellers, and we could be delayed for an entire day, sir.
I don't like the way this sounds.
Not a bit, not a bit, not a little bit. We spent 1,800 pounds. Not a bit, not a bit, not a little bit. This is not the sort of the voyage we paid for. I demand to know what the ship is delayed for right now. How could this ever have come to pass?
Christ! Look who's here, it's the second class.
Look, anyone is here.
You're the only person here I don't recognize.
Everything is gorgeous in the Grand Salon, stunningly appointed for the cream. Thousands of bucks get a trip deluxe without par. Dressed in your pajamas and please your life belts. Mr. Guggenheim, please put it on now. It's a mere formality, there's a star.
Mr. Guggenheim, please upstairs now. Miss Widener, if you would, ma'am. It's a mere formality. There you are. We'll be on our way.
Jim Farrell, are you down there? It's blocked up here, we can't get through. What the hell are we supposed to do? Jim Farrell, where have you gotten to?
Over here, Kate. Look here, Kate. There's water running on the floor. See coming underneath the door, and I think behind it there's lots more. It's 2 feet deep in the men's dormitory. The boat's sinking.
What are we supposed to do then? Drown with all them other rats? Don't be daft. There's lifeboats. They're up there. I seen them in a snapshot. Me too, Kate. Me three, Kate. How the hell do we get up there? How the hell do we get through that gate? How long are we supposed to wait? Who the hell is looking out for us?
What the hell are you people doing down here? Don't you know the boat's on our way down?
Who are you then?
Frederick Barrett, Stoker. Look, we gotta get up to those lifeboats.
What do you think we're trying to do, man?
We're goners for sure if we can't get to those lifeboats.
We'll have to find another way, all right?
What's the way? I never seen no other way.
I know one! I snuck up to the radio room yesterday and I didn't get caught either.
How can such a terrible thing happen to such a marvelous ship? Yes, a marvelous ship.
Hurry up before we all drown!
You wait and see. We're gonna end up having to swim to America.
Ladies and gentlemen, this way, please. We're headed for the boat deck.
Not so fast, Alice.
Oh, don't dawdle, Edgar. I want to be sure we're in the same lifeboat as the Astors. Benjamin, I'm afraid.
Relax, my dear. This ship could run into 100 icebergs, and we wouldn't feel it.
Oh, I've never been in an open boat in my entire life. Last week in Vienna, a fortune teller told me to beware of the water.
Charles, promise me we'll stay together no matter what.
I promise, darling.
As long as there's heat and light, I'm staying right where we are.
Oh, my diamonds! I forgot my diamonds!
Never mind, Maddie. I'll buy you much better ones when we get to New York.
Reminds me of the time I was on the China Sea during the Boxer Rebellion of 1900, when our ship was attacked by a godless horde of Malay pirates.
If anything should happen to me, I'd be grateful if you deliver this message to my sister in Ohio.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Mr. Rogers.
I count things, ma'am. I count cards, and I count lifeboats. There aren't enough. I want my sister to know I was aboard this ship.
But your name will be on the passenger list, Mr. Rogers.
My actual name is Jay Yates.
The famous card shopper. But I won several $100s from you.
Our game was interrupted.
Captain.
Yes, Mr. Andrews.
I'm sure it hasn't escaped your notice, sir, that there are an excess of 2,200 souls on this ship.
I'm well aware of that.
And room for less than 1,000 in the lifeboats.
I didn't design this ship, Mr. Andrews.
And I didn't instruct the management on the number of boats.
Evidently, 20 boats were enough to satisfy the line. How many would we need to save every man, woman, and child aboard?
54, but the line felt that anything in excess of 20 would have taken too much deck space away from the first class. And that means well over half of us are going to die in approximately 90 minutes.
Not if a ship arrives.
Do you know of one?
I'm just on my way to find out.
Captain! All first and second class passengers are proceeding to the boat deck as ordered. Third class is being assembled below on the well deck, awaiting instructions.
Captain, I don't think the passengers and crew fully comprehend their predicament yet. You'll have to tell them, of course.
Tell them what, Mr. Andrews? That more than 1,200 of them are dead already? I think not, sir. There'd be general panic. They'd kill each other in order to survive.
Awaiting instructions, Captain.
What? I want you on top, in charge of loading the boats.
But the third class passengers, sir, they're all down below.
That's not your concern, Mr. Lightoller. Carry on.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you taking it upon yourself to decide who lives and who dies? I'd remind you that while you are captain, you are not hired to play God.
Then let it be God who decides.
It would appear that God's already leaning towards the first class.
How so?
They are the closest to the lifeboats, aren't they?
Then perhaps he'll even the score by sending us a ship.
CQD, Titanic, CQD, situation critical. Repeat, situation critical.
Radio man, have you reached any ships?
Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother the captain.
This is the captain!
Sorry, sir.
Sit down, Mr.
Bride, sir.
Sit down, Mr. Bride.
Yes, sir.
And continue.
Yes, sir.
Have you reached any ships in the immediate vicinity?
607, sir. The closest seems to be Carpathia, a Cunard liner.
I know Carpathia, Mr. Bride.
They acknowledged the CQD at 11:58 p.m., saying they've turned and are coming hard.
How far is she?
58 miles, sir.
That's more than 4 hours.
Carpathia can't be the only ship in the vicinity, Mr. Bride.
There was one other, sir. The Californian. Her signal was much stronger than the others. I'd put within 10 miles. But since the accident, she hasn't responded.
Why not?
I don't know, sir.
EJ, you have to do something.
What do you suggest, Mr. Dismay?
We need another ship here immediately.
I'm afraid the nearest one is 4 hours away.
4 hours? But we'll be on the bottom by then.
What about the Californian? You said she might be close by.
I'm sure she is, but still no response.
Why not? You must demand a response.
Those smaller ships only carry one radioman, sir. He must have signed off and gone to bed.
Well, then keep trying, for God's sake!
There's a new distress signal. SOS. It's hardly ever been used before. It's easy to read in the CQD.
Try anything you like, Mr. Bride. You must rouse that ship.
SOS. Titanic. SOS. Situation critical. Repeat. Situation critical. Come in, Californian. Where are you, old man? Where the hell don't you answer?
Surely something can be done to help us.
Thousands on board, trusting and warm, roused from their sleep, sent up above, unsinkable ship. What is she now? What is she now?
Possible she won't go down. Possible she'll stay afloat. Possibly all this could come to an end on a positive note.
Not unless a ship could fly. Not since we all sprout wings. Honestly, sir, I have built her from scratch, and I know certain things.
If you know so much, why didn't you know to prevent this? What's to become of a soul now that Providence sent this? This is your work, Mr. Andrews. You have done us in. Where's her leak to bulkheads? Where's her double skin? Not your job if someone should take the blame. It is you. You.
Innocent folk held in our care, living their lives